1v1. Boeufmac facing off against SergioRamos.
Yeah, both teams deciding to go with the hot hand. Boeufmac with a massive sweep over Team Immortals, Royal, RF, and Lapicati.
Big performance from Boeufmac, and little small changes in that one too. He ran that bridge spam deck in the second of those 3 games and then changed, just brought in the Ram Rider as one different card, made all the difference to close things out against Lapicati.
And SergioRamos, on the other hand, has only played in 2 1v1 sets, but he's gone 4-1 in games. He's perfect in sets. He took down Oxlet and Vulcan.
SergioRamos answered every single question about his level over the course of this season. People wondered if he really was still as viable, as powerful as he was back when he was a CCGS World Champion. No questions asked at this point. He absolutely has proved he belongs here.
I actually think he's probably better than he was then. You know, I think the competition level has gotten higher and higher here at CRL West. I think it's higher than it was at CCGS. The game has evolved, and he has matured as an athlete and as a man.
Boeufmac running both the Goblin Hut and the Furnace. SergioRamos throwing the Ram Rider back at Boeufmac that he just ran 1 match ago.
Great job taking to the skies. Take care of that P.E.K.K.A.
You know, no Magic Archer here for SergioRamos. Boeufmac used that so perfectly. Really got a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, you know, and you have to feel like a part of that was who he was going up against, knowing Lapicati loves the mortar. That Magic Archer is a sneaky way to get some tower damage.
Here we go into double elixir time. Let's see if these players turn up the heat.
So both the spawners down for Boeufmac.
A little bit of lightning value there.
Yep. It's a nice response, you know.
Ooh, and that was a nicely timed lightning. The bar barrel saving from the Prince charge.
So SergioRamos just has a slight lead over Boeufmac.
And here we go, some bandit dashes chaining for SergioRamos.
And if he gets that furnace out of the way, exactly, he can go for the very nice value on the Goblin Hut as well as the Princess Tower. It is a -1 trade with the Goblin Hut, but you're also getting damage, and in double elixir time, I'll take that 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10.
So here we go, sudden death overtime. This has become a battle on the right-hand side. Will either of these 2 players choose to start putting pressure in both lanes, or will we do the whole entire fight here on this side of the screen?
And the thing is Sergio's happy to continue lightning that Goblin Hut or Furnace, but right now he has a big push in his backyard.
Goblin Giant just gets shredded, trying to make its way through all that defense. 20 seconds away. Boeufmac trying to find a way to get into the second level.
A reminder, this is a 1v1 set, not a King of the Hill, so this is not a lowest single tower situation.
And that was a great lightning from Boeufmac. You can see the look on
Yes,
SergioRamos' face.
Sergio not having a lot of answers, but he's very unhappy with how that just went.
And that lightning was not good for SergioRamos. Spent on spawner troops, so that could be a massive swing in this first game.
I mean, we've got a very, very healthy 1 Goblin Hut, 1 Furnace, and the other Goblin Hut's about to go down, but it's still going to spit out maybe 3 more.
This lane getting clogged up all behind the Prince. P.E.K.K.A gets down, and another big lightning for Boeufmac.
And you see Sergio playing that P.E.K.K.A right away to try to get right in the face of the Prince, the tank of all these troops. He does not want to get lost. He does not want his P.E.K.K.A to get lost attacking spawners.
You see Bar Barrel played 1 tile off, so does not get all of those Spear Goblins. The Tower of SergioRamos in more and more trouble.
You can just feel him drowning right now, Rich. He does not have the elixir or the cards to deal with these pushes, and you see that P.E.K.K.A's health dropping rapidly.
And that was a big lightning. Boeufmac in control.
And he misses all the units with the bar barrel.
Spawners upon spawners. This is so frustrating.
4 buildings down, Rich.
Final minute of sudden death. SergioRamos fighting for his life.
He needs to mitigate 100% of the damage over the next 54 seconds other than Lightning's to try to stay in this.
Lightning is the only direct damage his opponent does have for the tower, so if he can keep even one hit from getting off there, if he can keep these hits down, SergioRamos could play for the draw.
And you see here Boeufmac doing the smart thing, not going for double lightning value, not trying to spell cycle out. He's going all in on the pushes, and Sergio has no response. He has been playing insane. 4 games in a row. Count them, Rich.
It was like trying to kickbox against an avalanche there at the end. There's just too much snow coming down that mountain. SergioRamos falling under the pressure of a very frustrating spawner deck behind that Goblin Giant. So Boeufmac kind of going outside the box in this first game. Will he continue to step outside the lines of our CRL West meta, this current system we've seen, or will he can go back to the well and dig into something that we're a bit more familiar with?
Yeah, you were saying how Boeufmac ran that deck that Sergio was just running, except for the Magic Archer was in play, and I can't imagine how badly SergioRamos wanted that Magic Archer in that last game.
Looks like Sergio going Goblin Giant Sparky potentially.
And a lot of questions answered with Boeufmac. A lot of people wondering, does he, you know, when you sit for 6 matches in a row, do you get rusty? Do you have cobwebs? Do the nerves get to you when you're on stage? And apparently not.
No, he's just chomping at the bit to get out there and take some heads.
Just wanting to prove himself, and he goes with an early and aggressive Royal Giant at the river.
Royal Giant Ice Wiz, the big question right now, is Boeufmac running the Lightning version or the Fireball version?
And that Hunter just did tons of work for Sergio. He's satisfied with that defense.
I'd be very surprised to see Boeufmac running the Fireball version here, Andrew. SergioRamos, not known for running a lot of Barbarians this year, has done it with Lava Hound a couple of times, but that's typically why oh, here we go, yep. 3 Musketeers.
Yeah, and you see the Ice Golem, the Prince, and the Bandit. You think maybe 3 Musketeers, but we just see them so few and far between.
Dark Prince charging all the way across. Another Dark Prince to pick up that aggro.
So 7 Elixir in the hand of Boeufmac to deal with this push in the right-hand lane. A Mega Minion comes down, but that's not going to be enough.
So we should be seeing some Royal Hogs at some point, probably, and double Elixir out of SergioRamos.
Oh, a great bar barrel there. What a heads-up play from Sergio. Boeufmac not happy about that.
That is huge. Down to 1,600 on that right-hand tower as we go into double Elixir time. And here's when we see the Royal Hogs come out.
Ice Golem tanking for them. King Tower activation.
King Tower activation will help, but at this stage, down to 1180, that's not going to be as effective as you'd hope. And now Hunter behind for SergioRamos, getting ready for this next Royal Giant push.
And that's the thing that Boeufmac needs to deal with the most is this Hunter, and right there is how he plans on doing it. A great lightning, and now Sergio has lost the lead.
So on one hand, SergioRamos loses that lead. Lightning comes in a lot, very, very nice. But there's no Fireball, no big spell, and this is a ton of tower damage.
All the way down to 331. SergioRamos fires back.
But no big spell for SergioRamos. His only way to get tower damage is by the snowball, which is insignificant, or direct contact.
Yeah, and those Royal Giant pushes are getting tougher and tougher. A great bandit. Dark Prince does not come down in time.
NATO, Bar Barrel, Dark Prince, a lot to be spent on defense here.
And you can see it's starting to really get to SergioRamos. He needs to break through. He's starting to feel the pressure. He knows any Royal Giant push could end it all for him.
Cycling very, very quickly back to those Royal Hogs. But again, not getting them on tower. One shot gets in.
And now 8 Elixir in hand. Can he deal with this big push? I don't know, Rich. It looks like too much to deal with.
The Hunter goes down.
That
Boeufmac's
is
on tower.
You can tell Sergio knows, and he's playing tilted.